Woo!
Not quite yet. It's not quite yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Don't jump the gun. And we should now be live. We should now be live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geek Battle Show here on Extreme Improv Extremed. Okay. Andrew says, trying to join. Don't wait for me. I'll join if I can. Andrew is trying to join us from Mexico. He is south of the border in Mexico way, as I think some song lyrics may go. But other people, other than that, we're all in different places in the world anyway. Tim, where in the world are you? And do you have a geek trivia fact for us?
Oh, I forgot to prepare the geek trivia fact, but I'm in Providence. And if you're familiar with this city of Providence, it's possible that there could be a gangster or two mixed up in the concrete of a Providence park. That's probably as close to. I'm just kidding. That's
what? What? That's amazing.
A long time ago, there was a mayor by the name of Buddy Cianci who did a lot for the city and also did a lot when he had tantrums. So I don't know. I'm just making something up. It's
well, no, there is the expression about people ending up with a concrete overcoat. So
I'm a fan of this city and its amazing dynamics and social dynamics, and it's a great place to be. I do have a trash cleanup tomorrow, along with 17 other organizations in a river that runs just north of us. So it'll be pretty cool.
Cool. Okay. Capelfave, where do they hide the bodies in Sri Lanka?
I don't know.
Okay. Wow.
Because I was got disconnected. What is your question again?
My question was: imagine this, you're on the and the jury is there. Where do they hide the bodies in Sri Lanka?
Cemeteries, which I'm actually currently living on 2 lanes away.
Okay, so
and yeah, welcome to the land of leopards and elephants and crocodiles, and also open cemeteries where I actually come home every night.
Open cemeteries?
Yeah, basically you can just go in there and do whatever you want. There's no guards or anything like that.
Go there and do whatever you want. This is going very geek right. Oh my god!
Because there's actually, so it's part cemetery and also part of the cricket court as well. Because I know there were cricket tournaments.
Cemetery / cricket court.
Yeah, I mean you can just literally click a ball and then down the hall up to hell. It's that free.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, hello there, iPhone.
Yes, I'm in Mexico.
Wow, look at that.
Arriba.
Yeah.
Ay caramba. Tim, do you have a stereotypical Spanish saying for us?
What's the sound like?
Biblioteca.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, no, the sound is quite good, Andrew. We were just working out, since you're in Mexico, if you found where they've hidden the bodies there.
What bodies?
Well, exactly. We've worked out in Providence, they mix it up into the cement. In just have open graves that you can go and do what you want with.
Well, I was going to say there's quite a lot of wildlife at this resort. I might be able to do a 1-minute remake of Madagascar if they reappear.
Wow.
There's monkeys, raccoons, or raccoon-looking like animals. I don't know what they are.
Dogs.
I haven't seen them.
No, okay, amazing stuff. Okay, so Andrew, do you have a trivia fact for us? What have you learned?
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, hello, everyone. I'm in Mexico. Trivia. I don't know. I'm in Mexico.
Okay, good. Right. So on that note,
I actually do have a trivia. So I've been watching the new Mike Tyson's documentary. But the thing was, we had a surge of documentaries coming to the films as well, and they're not technically documentaries; they're mockumentaries because they kind of alter some truths for dramatic effect. So usually that happens when a production is doing it, not literal documentary film. But in this one, so far what I've seen is actually accurate to Tyson's story. And this might think it's fake, but it's not. So in one of the scenes, Joe Castamardo takes Mike Tyson to a hypnotist and actually hypnotizes him to believe he has a massive power in his right hand, which actually happened. So Joe Castamardo literally took Mike Tyson to a hypnotist and programmed him to believe that his hands are
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I vaguely remember that from the time where, like in the early 90s, it was like a controversial thing about boxers being hypnotized. Tim,
I actually do have a geek fact.
amazing.
I can submit it. Is it too late?
No, go for it.
All right. Well, we all know that Obi-Wan Kenobi had at many times bested Anakin Skywalker. And there is speculation that the reason he lost in a specific episode, I'm not going to give away this, I'm not going to give away too much, because he knew that someone else was actually the chosen one to bring balance to the Force. So the reason why he lost so easily in that battle against Anakin Skywalker was because there was another person that was actually the chosen one.
Who is the other person?
Luke Skywalker.
All right, but how would he know if he hadn't been born yet?
Well, I think it was the fact that every time Obi-Wan faced Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader, he kind of owned his ass, like not owned it, but
That one of the facts is to say like Obi-Wan is one of the weakest people who have the ability of the Force. Like he doesn't have like Anakin's basically like a nuclear bomb compared to Obi-Wan and Yoda. Actually, the Council actually deemed Obi-Wan Kenobi as the weakest Force wielders in the Jedi Order. But even with that, through experience and through combat skills, he was able to actually become one of the most powerful members.
Mhm.
And one of his key skills is that his lightsaber fighting skills is basically defensive fighting skills. That's why, Samuel L. Jackson character Mace Windu actually promoted Obi-Wan to fight Grievous than any other Jedi, because Grievous is all attack, and only Obi-Wan is the one who had the defensive capabilities to counter him.
I also could talk about the possibility that if you liken someone to a nuclear bomb, does that make Obi-Wan more of a cruise missile? Like you don't need to blow up an entire city. You might just have to take out one target. So
yeah.
That could also be like a way of understanding it is like Anakin can take out a bunch of things. I mean, if you watch the Obi-Wan series, you'll see Anakin be able to manipulate mass at a large scale. I don't think that's something that Obi-Wan could do, but Obi-Wan doesn't need to do that because he'd probably just like, all right, I'll cut this little wire and deal with, this large machine won't operate the way it has to, without giving away, so people can still watch the series.
The ranking order.
Their fault.
Yeah, go David. Yeah, go David.
No. Go for it, Cap.
The ranking order is basically at that time when Anakin was prospering, Yoda was the most powerful Force wielder next to Mace Windu, and Anakin trumped all two of them. And the thing is that Yoda and Mace Windu, comparatively to Darth Sidious, is also they are low power. Darth Sidious is actually meant to be the most greatest Dark Master there ever is, had the most force wielding ability of all the others. But Anakin surpassed all of them by a mile. That's more like one of the keen fears of all the Jedi Order. And the thing that constantly in the Clone Wars, they actually said that even though Anakin was portrayed very differently in the Clone Wars, much more of a hero type more than a villain type, like in trilogy, he actually was feared by a lot of Jedi members. And every decision he makes, he always hears something back from the Council because they're always worried that he's a ticking time bomb. Maybe that's what made him fall over, because they never trusted him.
It's true. I also think that, there's an interesting thing about Master Yoda in the High Republic series is Master Yoda is over 1,000 years old, I think. And in the High Republic, it also refers to a character as like Master Yoda. So I'm just curious what Disney is going to do with Yoda as a character overall in the entire series, the entire storyline.
Andrew, do you have any?
Yeah, go ahead.
He just wants to show us where he is in Mexico, doesn't he? Basically, he was like,
"Run into Speedy Gonzalez."
He's like, I'm on my balcony, and now he's just like, now I'm just sunning under here. It's so bright. Here's my shades. Right. Okay. So go ahead, Cap. You were going to come back in on this.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
I don't know. Right. Okay. So I'm going to say, based on this, like Tim, you brought up a really good point about like if he was a cruise missile versus a nuclear bomb. Just very quickly, out of interest, we don't have to spend too long on this. If you had to like describe your own personality in terms of a weapon, be it real or fictional, what would you say you are?
Me?
Hmm.
Let's say a chunk of ice.
A chunk of what? What, you sunk
Chunk
the
of ice.
Titanic, basically.
I can float on water, or I can be water. You know.
Wow. That's a really good answer so quickly. That's really good. Kat. Oh, no, go ahead, Tim.
I guess that it comes to like one time I had to describe myself as like, oh, I'm an ocean because I'm deep and I'm also shallow at times. Like a chunk of ice kind of fits with that, I guess. But thank you for feeding my ego a little bit.
No, absolutely. I also like your answers here because, you know, in terms of ego, these are like the classic answers. Like, I can float on water, but I can be water. You know, it's like, it sounds very Riddler-like. What
It's
am
a
I?
duality of choice. You can choose to be. You can choose. You know, in a lot of cases, you have a choice.
Cap, what are you?
I'm not sure. I think I would have to go in detail, but I would like to be the Sword of Omens, if it's possible. Otherwise, right now I'm thinking Ben 10's watch, the Omnitrix kind of falls in personality because it doesn't usually work that often. But when it does, I mean, it all depends on how you use it. So I would say Ben 10's Omnitrix because every time he wants forearms, but he gets a Galvan or some, you have no idea who these aliens are, but like not as powerful the alien that he wants to get, but he doesn't always get them.
Okay. I would say I'm Excalibur, just because like basically, like you know, I'm fixed in my position on things. I'm absolutely rigid. No, no, I don't know. Okay.
The only problem is it's hard to pull out.
Well, there you go. That has been the difficulty in my life. It looks like Andrew.
Wear a helmet, please. Just please put the thing on the thing before you do the thing.
It looks like Andrew is like being sucked into a black hole. Now, where is he? He's just like literally taking us on his. It's like he didn't want to actually like bother doing a holiday vlog. He just thought he'd do it midway through the show. Where are you, Andrew? I thought so. Right, so moving things on. Let's go on to a quick fire game. Well, in fact, we can react to stuff, but let's have a quick fire game and then we'll react to stuff. So basically, we are going to get a movie each, and then we're going to have 30 seconds to say why it is better than our opponents. And Tim and Cap, you can go first on this. So, Tim, your movie is going to be Hellraiser. Capelthave, your movie is The Sixth Sense. So, Tim, you're going to have 30 seconds to say why Hellraiser is better than The Sixth Sense. Take it away.
Hellraiser is better than Sixth Sense because you really have to watch that movie to get a better understanding of what The Sixth Sense could be about. You know, if you're understanding the afterlife and things like that, then understanding how hell could get raised to such a important level in movies would be best. So start there, and then you can move on to a movie that is directed by a guy who kind of murdered one of the franchises for I think the something.
And that is time. Thank you very much there. So Capelthave, you'll now have 30 seconds to say why The Sixth Sense, in your opinion, is a better movie than Hellraiser. And here,
I'll also finish Tim's thought. I think Tim was trying to say he murdered the franchise known as Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I kindly agree. And that's not the only thing he murdered. He murdered many things, but this is the reason why you need to watch Sixth Sense, because this is the one good movie I would point to see Shyamalan's true talent abilities. I mean, this is the one. This is when he shook Hollywood, and everyone's like, "This man's the genius." And then afterwards, we know what we got. But again, you can see the full potential of Shyamalan by watching this movie. I mean, he's got the best cast, he's got the best suspense. I mean, the man can really do horror. But That is only one good movie. I mean, if you need to
Okay,
see
that is time. That is time. So, Andrew, who do you think made the better argument there?
I didn't hear most of that, but I'll go with Cap. Although, has anyone seen Old, his last film?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was terrible. It was awful. It was a terrible film. Like the
What's
acting
the
was
fun
awful.
movie, David?
Everything about that film was bad, right? So anyway, now we're going to do another one of these. Like Andrew, do you think you're going to survive this? It really ain't going to happen. Okay, Andrew, we'll come to you periodically, but I may not put you into this game. Right, so next up, we'll go round. It will be Tim and myself. This time we're going to get a TV show each. I've got the TV show Thomas the Tank Engine. I don't know if you guys know it at all. Thomas the Tank Engine.
I watched a couple of episodes of that.
Okay. I have Thomas the Tank Engine. Tim, your film is going to be Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. This is the best lineup we've ever had. So this is Thomas the Tank Engine versus Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. I will go first this time. And here I go. So the reason why Thomas the Tank Engine is better than Dr. whatever her name is, Medicine Woman, is because, like, first of all, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, like, how outdated is that sort of thing? They have to, like, clarify she's a medicine woman. Like, this is the 21st century. Just get with the times, accept it. You don't need to advertise that in the show's title. Thomas the Tank Engine has been around since about the 1940s. So it's, like, obviously still beloved, whereas they don't even make Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman anymore. And that is time. Okay, so Tim, you're now going to have 30 seconds to say why Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman is better than Thomas the Tank Engine. Begin.
Remember the 90s when life was peachy keen and everything was kind of like a neoliberal dream, but we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into because we weren't paying attention? Well, at least one thing worked, and that was a show called Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, where we get a chance to see a leading lady take on adventures and solve problems on an hourly basis in a serial. I don't remember how many seasons there were, but it's important to just try it out because you never know what kind of leader you might find.
And that is time. That is time. Okay, Andrew, that time. Who do you think made the better argument?
Well, I'm biased towards the 90s, so I'll go with Tim.
What? But the 90s still had Thomas. Right, okay. Anyway, so Tim, you win. Now, Andrew,
I'm in Mexico.
Okay, we know. Okay, Andrew, I will try you here whilst it's still working. This time you're going to get a video game. So, Andrew, your video game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, capital fave. Yours is Pokemon Puzzle League. Pokemon Puzzle League. So, Andrew, you can go first before you freeze up. Why is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 better than Pokemon Puzzle League? Take it away.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is better because skateboarding is so cool. Whether you're good at it or not, it doesn't matter. It's skateboarding. I mean, everyone loves those, videos of people falling off skateboards and, hurting themselves, their nuts smacked between poles or, when they're trying to do that grinding thing or whatever. So whether you like skateboarding or not, it's just, I remember playing that game years ago. It was a lot of fun to play, especially.
And that is time. That is time. Okay, thank you very much there. So now, capital fave, why is Pokemon Puzzle League better than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4? Begin.
I'll tell you why. Because Pokemon is animal abuse. Have you seen that? They capture animals and they force them to battle. Finally, the creators have woken up and understood, like, torturing animals is bad. We shouldn't make this behavior as a fun thing. Instead, we'll use puzzles. So you assemble puzzles, not make animals kill themselves. I mean, that is teaching children a perfect quality. Don't harm animals for your own amusement. That is why.
Time. That is time. A rich argument there coming from a man 2 streets away from the open graves. Now then, let's hear. Right, Tim, who do you think made the better argument there?
Tony Hawk is Tony Hawk, but I always do appreciate a good advocacy position. So I'm going to go with Cap today.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to agree, mostly because he said, like, he started it just in, like such a swerve kind of way where it was like Pokemon are killing each other. I was like, what? But so I will give it to Cap. So with this, like Andrew, so basically Tim, you've done 2, Cap, you've done 2. So now Andrew will be you and me, but again, I guess I'll go first. Let's see what we'll have this time. Shall we have a movie, a TV show, or a video game? What shall we go for? Let's go back to movie. So your movie, Andrew, is going to be Carrie, whereas mine is going to be Dog Soldiers. So I will go first to say why Dog Soldiers is better than Carrie. And here I go. Well, look, obviously I run the show Revenge of the Werewolf. So anything with dog soldiers or werewolves, I'm going to think is better than Carrie, which is just like pouring pig's blood onto like the girl that no one wants to go out with at school. Like, to be honest, she probably deserved it. I don't know. I haven't ever read the book or seen the film. But I will carry on by saying that Dog Soldiers has got Sean Pertwee in it, who is the son of John Pertwee, who played the 3rd Doctor. And that is time. So, anyway, Andrew, why do you think Carrie is better than Dog Soldiers? Take it away.
Carrie is better than Dog Soldiers because, well, you know, you don't mess with a woman when she's going through puberty, as everyone in that movie found out, and they all got slaughtered. Especially when she has telekinetic powers. When he said spasms, then powers. Add that to puberty, and it's like, you know, you wouldn't want to mess with that. That's, I mean, blood everywhere, literally everywhere.
That is time. That is time. Remember, everyone in the audience, he said it, not me. So, now, Capfave, who do you think made the better argument?
See, before Andrew made his argument, I actually seen Dog Soldiers, and I had to shut off the movie halfway through because I didn't like the vomit scene, because I thought it was too gross for me to watch anymore. But like when Andrew just, when they were trapped inside the house and one person vomited on them, and I was, it was too gross, so I didn't watch the movie. But then Andrew explained this is about something even grosser, so I'm just gonna have to say both you guys lost on the gross department. So I'll give you both wins.
Okay, Tim, what do you think?
Dave, you said carry on at one moment, and that was a funny pun. So I'm gonna go with you.
Yes.
Yeah. My brain won't think you too much. But
yeah, exactly. Whereas, you know, he didn't make any dog or soldier puns. Now then, so now we're going to come on to our like discussion round. Is there anything you guys have seen this week, or like things that are on your mind that you want to react to? Capfave.
Obviously, I have not seen She-Hulk, but I have seen the memes about a certain scene where she explains that she's actually better than Hulk when controlling her emotion. I can't help but to laugh at it because, like, in any other show, in any other character, if she said it to, that line would have worked. But with Hulk, I understand the outrage when she says, like, her life is much more difficult than the Hulk's. I mean, actually, the dude has been experimented on since he was a child. His own father murdered his mother. And is the
Capfave,
yeah.
You were talking about the wrong universe. You're talking about Ang Lee's Hulk.
He has the same backstory. The Hulk has the same backstory.
No, he doesn't. You have literally followed on from the wrong Hulk movie.
Okay, even if you avoid that, so if you say like the Andrew Lee's Hulk is not canon, even this Hulk said actually, you know that line he says in Avengers where he's actually tried to commit suicide once in his life because he find it hard that he was running all the time and he couldn't have a relationship. The man can't have sex, people. Okay.
What? When did that come up?
If he does, the Hulk will come up. If he elevates his emotion.
No, literally, him and Natasha are definitely a thing.
Yeah, but they did. I think one of the discussions that they had, like Banner said that he cannot have a family and stuff. He didn't explicitly mean the sex part, but like if you see the Edward Norton film, when they were getting it on, he had to stop because his heart rate was elevating, and he might Hulk out. So I'm not really sure it's a bad thing in the bedroom, but who knows?
That would literally. Do you remember the Boys series 3, like episode 1? That would actually be like that, wouldn't it? Anyone
Okay.
know that? The Boys? You know, he just
Yeah, no, I know it.
he expands. No,
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
was
no,
that
no,
Love
it's really
Sausage?
is that what?
R-rated
The
Ant-Man.
Love Sausage guy?
The Love Sausage guy? Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if that like there's one character in The Boys that's called Love Sausage, and
I don't know, to be honest. No, it's like the guy who is like the microscopic guy who.
oh yeah, and he expands.
Yeah,
and it blows
exactly.
up.
And he
Oh God.
expands.
Oh,
That would basically be like the Hulk. Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically, Betty would die. Basically, Betty
like
would die.
Ant-Man and
Okay,
Thanos.
so maybe that's why Betty has not been in it since the Incredible Hulk.
He banged her to death.
Or it could be contract negotiations.
Okay, well, yeah, quite possibly. That was like Liv
I mean-
Tyler, right?
Yeah, that was Liv Tyler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so is
I mean,
anyone
that-
here?
So
Go on,
because I've actually seen all the memes that are actually roasting about this, like how do you actually do that in the show? I would say like again the line would work on any other show or even in any other different character, but the Hulk it doesn't actually make sense. I mean, all power to you. That dialogue is good in the different circumstances, but when it comes to like explaining to the Hulk, and he just takes it, no rebuttal. Come on, dude.
Well, look, Cam. Okay, fair play, but you are saying that you are basing your review on memes. Has anyone here actually seen like the first or second episodes of She-Hulk?
I haven't seen it yet.
No, I
haven't seen it.
chose not
I've
to
seen the
start.
first episode. I've seen the first episode. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was, I thought it was good. Like, I wasn't so keen on Moon Knight at all overall. Like, I found it quite confusing. And Ms. Marvel, I thought, took a while to get going. This one, again, there was like Marvel have a huge problem. I actually joked about it last week that they don't really introduce bad guys. And I haven't seen episode 2 yet, so maybe they have. But certainly episode 1, tiny amount of a action-y thing. But I don't think it was a significant one, but I may be proved wrong on that later. But, there was some action in it. There was the origin story. It's no secret that she becomes She-Hulk in the first episode, as you'd imagine. And I thought the humor was good. It got a. I thought it was all right, and there was enough stuff in it, again without giving spoilers, that set up suspense of what will happen next. So yeah, so far so good. I think it's certainly better than the last couple of Disney Plus shows.
That's good. That's awesome. I'll have to check it out because I never actually finished the Moon Knight series, and since then I really haven't followed Marvel that much. So
Well,
I think
the
think with Moon Knight there, yeah, Andrew go.
No, so I was going to say the last film because I haven't watched She-Hulk because before coming to Mexico, I chose not to start anything new.
Wait, are you in Mexico?
Yeah, didn't I say?
Oh, well, you hadn't mentioned.
But the last film I watched, I went to see Nope, Jordan Peele's new film. Has anyone seen that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. But I'm gonna see it soon.
What are your thoughts on it?
I really liked it. I can't really explain the film without spoiling it. I mean, I know some people have called it like Jaws in the Sky, which is probably the best way to describe it, but I can't say more than that without spoiling it. It's one of those films where the third act, one of two things will happen by the finale of the film. You'll either go with it, which is what I did, went, okay, or you'll be like, okay, I don't know. So it'll go either way, but I really liked it overall.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, if no one else has seen that,
Anyone in the
else,
comments?
we'll move on.
I've not seen it, but I actually heard good things of it. It's the same guy who did Get Out, and Get Out was pretty amazing. So I'm assuming it'll be the same as quality. There's also another film that they did, which the second film I didn't like, but I think their name is Reagan and Keel, right? The comedy duo named as Reagan and Keel. Yeah. So I like Get Out, but I didn't like the second one. So I got kind of
What, Us? You didn't like Us?
Yeah. I think it's Us. Yeah.
I think Us is good, but I feel like I enjoyed it more the second time I watched it than the first time. So yeah, I'd say like check it again, because I feel like it was a film where like you go in with a certain expectation. I don't think it lives up to Get Out, but when you kind of know what you're getting with it, then like the second time is good. But yeah, no, I'd like to see Nope. I thought Get Out was brilliant. Coincidentally, I was watching Key and Peele or whatever their sketch show was. I'd never actually seen it other than clips, but I was watching episodes of it within the last week. It's so funny.
That's word.
They also did a rap battle episode. Gandhi
Yeah, the
versus Martin
epic
Luther
rap
King.
battles. Yeah,
That was amazing.
what is that one? They've done a couple. There's Gandhi and Martin Luther King, and then
That's a famous one.
Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali, right?
Yeah, Michael Jordan versus Muhammad Ali. Yes.
Yeah, no, really good, really good.
That's where they're good movie makers, because like you see Get Out, you see it the first time for the story, and then you see it the second time like when you see Memento or a movie like that, you know the outcomes, so you can focus more on the characters. This was covered in a video essay on YouTube I saw once, but I kind of applied that to the same idea of what Tenet was, and when I saw that, it's such a multi-layered cake of time travel frickery that like I wanted to see it like 4 or 5 times to really get the story. Not to mention that Denzel Washington's son, who's the protagonist in it, he just bleeds confidence, and oozes confidence, and it's just I really enjoy watching that movie over and over again, and I thank Christopher Nolan for putting that out at a time when we were all kind of stuck inside, because it allowed me to sort of read into it a lot, and that's what a good film does. It makes you want to see it a second or third time.
I think for Tenet is like, so first time you watch it, if you don't get it, pick up a book of thermodynamics and then go away, start your journey from there.
Yeah. It's interesting too, like the way that he approaches not time travel, but time breakdown, or like the breakdown or entropy, I guess, because it's hard to understand if you don't watch it a bunch of times and be like, oh, that's just a person's matter going backwards in time whilst everything else goes forward.
But the problem with every time travel movie is that every time travel movie kind of fits itself on a loop. I mean, when time travel happens, that means it has to happen for the rest of the things to happen, and it's just going to go endlessly over and over again. And I'm not seeing a solution for it yet. I think
there's definitely solutions to this. Well, look, and like the whole thing that's so popular at the moment is like multiverse. So if you time travel, the idea would be that you're actually I've always said, in Back to the Future as the example, Marty, when you see him at the start of the film, he never arrives back home. So he then, by the end of the film, he's like, Mom, you're so thin, and Dad, you're like a successful author. They're not his original parents. You know, this just hasn't changed things, because Doc in part 2 says like, oh, this is a alternative parallel 1985, because it's not the same one. So Marty never arrives back home, basically.
But that's kind of cheating, isn't it? I mean, like in Interstellar, they actually fixed that. I mean, they actually explained what actual time travel looks like with time delineance. I can't remember the word. So, but even in that, again, it kind of happens through a loop. Every time there's a time travel, if you're trying to fixate on the one universe, it's going to become a loop. But I think that's one of the things, like the physicist warns about time travel. Like if that happens, eventually it's going to end up in a loop. The grandfather paradox or any sort of paradox is going to be a loop, and you can't actually fix it. Maybe the universe itself cracks down on it.
But that's why the parallel dimension version does fix it, because that way you.
But I would like to see a film where they broke the universe and they can fix it. Okay.
Well, this goes on the idea that there is like a single timeline, and that if you knock it out of shape, that you can do something to knock it back, or that it's got the idea that it will like fix itself back into, or get itself correct the course back to where it's supposed to be.
But I like the one
interesting idea. It's a really interesting idea. It's definitely in Doctor Who. They probably put it in other things as well, where they speak about like fixed points in time. The idea that certain things always will happen no matter what. But yeah, And I think they actually come up with that in Loki as well. Loki stole so much from Doctor Who.
I mean, Loki, I like the idea of fact, like, there's actually time cops out there, and if you broke the universe, they will come and try to fix it. I like that entire idea, but the problem is they didn't try to fix, them try. I think if there are time cops, they're meant to stop any person who is meddling with time. Because in any other way, if you meddle with time, you're going to break the universe. So time cops must be efficient as possible. But
remember the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Time Cop?
Yes! Great reference there.
Yeah.
What is that movie?
What, you've not seen Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Nope.
Okay, guys, audience, especially you, if you're watching this now and you have not watched Time Cop starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, like, stop the show, put everything down, for the benefit of your well-being. Seek out anything with Jean-Claude Van Damme in, but especially Time Cop.
Not anything.
When I'm driving in my car,
yeah,
I usually refer to that rule that two things of the same matter cannot occupy the same space. Because I see someone who's like trying to take a left into the lane them, and I'm like, "Hey, guy, if you see Time Cop, the car's gonna collide, you goober." God, I wish they'd watch Time Cop. I wish they would watch Time Cop.
Andrew, you were about to say your appreciation for Time Cop.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I can't even remember it. I can't remember if it was good or bad.
It was Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's all you need to know. When I went to Belgium a few years ago, I was so disappointed. Apparently somewhere, but it was like miles away from Brussels, there is a bronze Jean-Claude Van Damme statue there. But I just thought that you would go in, and you'd go into the shops and they'd have Belgian waffles or Belgian chocolate. I thought everything there was just going to be effigies of Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they had nothing. Tintin was everywhere, no Jean-Claude, just outrageous.
Tintin, I think, is a very famous character, but I don't like the fact that after the Spielberg movie, there's no talk about Tintin at all. So there was a cartoon in the 90s, The Adventures of Tintin. I saw that in the 2000s, and that cartoon was brutal. I mean, you see, people get kidnapped, murdered. I watched that as a kid, and I'm thinking the current stuff where they've done oh no, we can't put this stuff, we can't put the blood and everything. And I just remembered there was no blood in Tintin, but you understand the kidnapping. They actually did that very well. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I grew up on this.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh man.
And the weirdest thing is he has a dog, and that dog survives through a lot of stuff. And most of the time you're worried about the dog. And that's one thing, when you're writing in characters like a dog or something, it's a small dog. It's not even something like a German Shepherd.
No.
Yeah. So you're mostly worried about the dog. How is this dog's going to make it? So I would say, cut out that bit, because I don't want to worry about the dog most of the time. I know Tintin will pull through, but I can't handle Snowy getting out.
Yeah. Okay. On this note, let's move on. So let's look. Last week it was an absolute riot. Now we ended. Did you guys? I can't remember who was on the show last week. Did you see that? Eventually, the book was got, but it took Facebook 3 hours solid to work out what the book was. Tim, do you know what the book was after all this?
No, I didn't look it up, but I forgot that part until you brought it up. Oh man, 3 hours.
Yeah, no. So there's a group chat. I put it publicly on Facebook, and people were asking yes/no questions, and it took 3 hours for people to come up with the answer. So I will reveal now, for the continuity of anyone watching, that the book that the cast couldn't get within the 1 minute guessing game from last week was Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travels, written in 1720 or something like this. And yeah, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do, we're going to play this game again, and you guys can ask for guessing whatever you want, basically movies, TV shows, video games, books, or whatever. But I think, regardless of how many times we do it, I'm going to get another book at the end. And I'm not a big book person, so I'll probably have to bring up a Wikipedia page to help myself. and we'll see. But if you guys fail to get a movie or a TV show or something, once again, I will put it onto Facebook, and then on the next episode, I'll reveal what it is. So, audience, if you're watching it thinking you won't get the answer, you'll get it next week. So, let's see. Go first. Let's roll the dice to see who we're going to have. And we are going to have Andrew, in fact. Andrew, would you like a movie, a TV show, a video game, or a book?
Start with a TV show.
TV show. Okay. I have one here. Oh, hang on. It's so far away from geek stuff. Let's get something else. Okay. I've got a TV show for you. So you're going to have 1 minute to ask me as many yes/no questions to figure out, which you can. Take it away.
Is it sliders? Get out of the way.
No.
Is it science fiction?
Yeah, there's definitely science fiction involved. That's probably not the first genre you'd call it.
Comedy?
No.
Is it recent?
No.
Is it a show that ended and then was revived years later?
There may have been more than one version of it, but it certainly hasn't been revived as it was.
All right. Has there been a movie?
No.
Is the lead female?
Yes.
Did it come out in the 90s?
No.
80s?
Maybe even slightly before. That is time, I'm afraid. That is time. So.
About a guess.
Oh, well, too late, I'm afraid.
Probably wrong.
Or you can guess it later. See if someone else gets it first. Okay, Cap and Fave. Same thing. Take it over.
Is it from the 70s?
I think so, but it could be 80s.
Okay, I'm not gonna get this one. Sci-fi. Is this a thriller / sci-fi?
No.
Is this action / sci-fi?
Definitely action, but yeah, and it is definitely science fiction, but this isn't the main genre you'd call it.
Action. Is it Highlander?
No.
80s. Is there aliens involved?
Not that I'm aware of. It's not impossible. But...
Is it Waterworld?
No. It's a TV show.
Oh, we're in a TV show. Damn it, 70s. Is this Mork and Mindy?
No.
Is it a cartoon?
Yes.
Damn it, no!
That is time.
No.
That is time. Okay, so Tim, handing over to you. Take it away.
Is it Space Ghost?
No.
Is it Thunderbirds?
No.
Is it Super Friends?
No.
Is it Scooby-Doo?
No.
No, that's science fiction. Drug. No, kidding. Is it Aqualab or is it Sea Lab?
No. Do you want to try and narrow it down?
Yeah. It's a cartoon from the 70s, right?
70s or 80s, one of the two.
70s or 80s. Is it Transformers?
No.
Okay. It's hard for me to narrow it down because I have such a limited recollection of that, so I'm just like spitting some of the game. Does it have a team in it?
No, and that is time. That is time, guys.
So it's not G.I. Joe.
Not G.I. Joe. Andrew, what was your guess going to be?
Well, you said animated, then what if it's been animated and live action?
Well, you said you had a guess. You're asking more questions.
I was going to say Wonder Woman, but
no, it's not Wonder Woman.
Jetsons?
No, I will reveal this one, because I could always put it to the internet as well. You guessed Wonder Woman. It was Spider Woman. So
what?
No cigar. Spider Woman.
That was a cartoon show?
Yeah, love that show. Right, okay, let's see who will go
That's
next.
awesome.
Next up, it will be Tim. Tim, what would you like?
Movie, please.
Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, I've got a movie for you, and here you go.
All right. Is it before 2000?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
So it's around 2000.
Yeah, I think a little bit before.
Is it Mission Impossible 2?
No,
All right. This is probably before. After. Is it science fiction?
no.
Is it action?
Yeah, somewhat.
Was it directed by John Woo?
No.
So it's not Mission Impossible 2. Is it? Is the character is the main protagonist a male?
Yes.
Is the bad guy a male?
Yes.
Is there a team on the good guy's side?
No.
Does it involve a virus?
No.
Okay. Does it involve an earthquake?
Mm, no. 99% sure. No.
Okay. Does it involve superheroes?
No.
Does it involve Nicolas Cage?
No, and that is time, I'm afraid.
Okay.
That
I
is
thought I had something.
Okay,
I know.
so next up, Andrew. Same thing, take it over.
Is it part of a franchise?
No.
Is it a disaster movie?
No.
Is it Keanu Reeves in it?
No.
It come out in the 90s?
Yes, I believe so. 99% certain it was.
I don't remember what the other questions were. So it's not sci-fi,
No, it's not science fiction.
horror,
No.
comedy,
No.
fantasy,
No.
dramedy.
No, not a dramedy.
I'm missing. Is it animated?
No.
Good Lord, is the lead male?
Yes, and that is time. That is time. So capital Thave. So take it away.
Is it action?
Yes, to a degree, but it's not all out action.
Then what's this about? Is it the main protagonist a well-known actor?
Yes.
Before or after the film?
Before as well, yeah.
Is it Mortal Kombat?
No.
Is it based off a book or a pre-existing material?
Not that I'm aware of, but it could be.
Damn it! Is it Rambo?
No.
Oh, that's 80s. Is it one of the? Does it have a recognizable action style?
Yeah, enough. Yeah.
Is it Beverly Hills Cop? No, that's a franchise. Recognizable action style. Is it Arnie?
No.
Is it Stallone?
No.
Is it Van
And
Damme?
that is time. I'm going to hold this one back. This might be a good one for the internet. So if I think that like the next one or the book is better, then I will put that to the internet and then I'll tell you this one. But Capital Thave, what would you like? A movie, TV show, video game, or book?
So even if regardless of what I pick, you are going to make a book that we will
Well,
ask
if
us to
you
choose.
choose a book, then I might just stick at that. But yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna need a point, so I'm going with a movie.
Okay. Okay, I've got a movie for you, and here you go.
Is it animated?
No.
Is it in the 2000s?
Certainly it's since 2000.
So is it after 2010?
Around then, but it might be just before.
Is it superheroes?
Is it? No, it's not. Yeah, so it is the 2000s.
It is. Does it have? Is it sci-fi?
No.
Is it action?
Yeah, it's got somewhat, but not all out.
Is it fantasy? Is it fantasy?
No.
Is it comedy?
No.
Is it a love story?
Only a tiny element of that, but otherwise no.
No romance either. So it's not a rom-com. Does it have a recognizable star in it?
Yes.
Before or after the film?
Before.
Before. Is it? Does the star play the superhero before?
Yeah, they have played a superhero.
Are they in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, just about.
Just about. Oh, so
Oh,
this
that
is
is
Edward
time.
Norton.
That is time.
Damn it!
So, Tim, handing over to you. Take it away.
Movies. It was a movie in the 2000s.
Yes.
The protagonist is male.
Yes.
It's a superhero movie,
Protagonist, yes. Yeah. No, it's not superhero.
not a superhero movie. Okay. Science fiction,
No.
action.
To a degree.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Ooh. So it's not Avatar. Does it star Nicolas Cage?
No.
It's a standalone film, not a franchise.
Standalone film.
Was it in before 2005?
No.
Was it so? It was 2006 to 2009. Did the character have a team?
Yes. That is time, I'm afraid, Tim. That is time.
All right.
Right, Andrew, it's down to you.
So you said it's not science fiction.
Yes, it's not science fiction.
Is it a Tarantino film?
Tarantino film? Yes.
Oh, Kill Bill.
No.
Oh, what? Inglourious Basterds.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Ooh,
Well
good
done,
movie.
Andrew. Wow. How did you get a Tarantino film?
I have no idea. Wait,
Wow,
who was? I'm just trying to think who was in that. That's sort of in the MCU.
Okay, so Brad Pitt plays the Vanisher in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
For a
I was
split second.
expecting that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He is the Vanisher. So there you go.
Give us the book. Give us the
Right.
book.
So, Andrew, since you got that point there, I will start you off with the book. Let's find a book. And whew, okay. I have a book here.
Sound
Okay, you ready?
unsure.
What?
You sound unsure. You're like,
No, I do have the book. Right. Okay, and here you go.
is it bigger than a bread box?
Sorry, bigger than a bread box. No.
Is it horror?
No.
Fantasy?
Fantasy-ish, I guess. Yeah.
Is it set in a? Is it a modern setting?
Modern setting. Yeah, for when it was made.
Is it set in a dystopian, world?
No.
Are there creatures in it?
Yes.
Mythological creatures.
Mythological creatures. I suppose ish, maybe. Not really. Not especially mythological.
Okay. Are there experiments?
Experiments. Not especially, but not in the traditional way.
Is it alternative history?
Is it what?
Alternative history.
History? No, that's not what it'd be described as.
Oh, yeah,
That is time, I'm afraid, though, Andrew. That is time. So now, Capelthave, handing over to you.
Is this written before or after the World Wars?
After the World Wars.
After the World Wars. Damn it! At least I know them from the previous game. Is it a Stephen King novel?
No.
Is the author a famous
Yes,
fantasy?
famous author.
Is it a man?
Well, the author, yes.
Yeah. Is it Brian Sanderson?
No.
Ah, damn it. Set in a sort of modernish. So is the world of the book in the after the Industrial Revolution or during the Industrial Revolution?
After, I guess.
After. So it's definitely does the story take place in an urban setting?
No, not especially.
Not especially. I was gonna say the Jungle Book, but that's definitely before. Damn it.
Does that count as urban?
No, it does not. That's why. Is the protagonist in the book male?
Yes.
Is he a kid?
Oh, that is time, I'm afraid.
Damn it!
That is time. Right, Tim, it is down to you.
Is he a kid?
Yes.
Is it was it written? Does the kid eat soup at the beginning of the story?
I don't believe so.
Forget. Okay. Was it is it when it was written in its time, is it a standalone that is well known when compared against its peers?
I didn't understand that question, I'm afraid.
Okay. Is it a special book from its time versus just something that's not well known?
I believe it was successful when it first came out.
Okay. Is it considered today to be a special book compared
Yeah,
to when at its time? Okay.
It's liked now and it was liked then, probably.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to come up with yes or no questions that are just like, oh, is this a modern classic? Okay. It's a male child character.
Yes.
And it takes place in an urban setting.
No. Right. That is time.
Okay.
So unfortunately, no one got the book. So
it's not Mission Impossible 2, the novella, right?
It is actually. It is. Yeah. Right. There we go. So with this, that's going to bring us towards the end of the show here. I can say, Andrew in Mexico, since you managed to get your round, I'm going to say you are this week's winner and geek of the week. So with this, let's find out where we can find everyone on social media. We can find out if you have any recommendations for the audience as well, starting with Capel Fave.
Ooh, you can find me on Extreme on numerous shows. Also, you can find me on Swan Deeds on YouTube. What else is there? TikTok and also Phoenix 360. My recommendation is Top Gun Maverick, the sequel. I'm not sure about the first movie. And I went into this blind. I don't know anything about the first film, but it was a good movie on its own. I really liked it. It's a different sort of action film. I'm more used to the land action film, guns and fightings and stuff. This is a new, I would say, fresh air of action movie that I was not used to, aerial battles, and I really had a good time watching it. And the happy ending is deserved happy ending. That's the best thing about this film. I was really happy when the ending came. Not because the film was over, because the ending was really good.
Okay. Right. Tim, where can the people find you?
So you can find me on IG at Potato Based Economy. I'm almost done with my little break there. Exploring soil, culture, nutrition, health, economics, and community, all based around potato. I'm also in Warwick, Rhode Island at Bring Your Own Improv tonight. We do weekly shows on Fridays. You can come, you can see a bunch of short form games and volunteer if you'd like. Plus, it's right near the city called Providence, which is a pretty cool arts community. And what I would recommend right now is what I'm reading is, I think it's translated from French, but it's a it's a graphic novel called Exterminator 17, and it's about an android soldier whose creator uploads his brain and spirit into that android and has to solve problems along the way.
Okay. Good. My name is David Postansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Postansky. My recommendation for the week is to dig out an Atari 2600. you'll appreciate how much further things are than they were back then. Andrew, our winner and geek of the week. Where can people find you, and what is your recommendation?
Well, if you didn't already know, I'm in Mexico.
Look, dude, we know you're in Mexico, but like, just get off the balcony already.
Recommendation, Note, Note.
Okay, well, don't give us a recommendation then. Fine, be like that. Right, so with that, from me, for everyone else, stay safe, always stay extreme, and